especially the different national sports association, coaches, officials, and national athletes. Mr. President, this is our delegates who will represent our country in this 32nd SEA Games in Cambodia. We are all grateful and inspired for being here with our national athletes in this send-off ceremony. We know it's a big challenge for us. For last Vietnam SEA Games, we landed 4th with 52 golds, 70 silvers, and 105 bronzes. We will do our best to maintain our position, even though Cambodia, as a host, first-timer host, will try to notch the top place. As this will be your administration's first SEA Games, to be followed by Thailand in 2025 and Malaysia in 2027, we assure our country that we are ready to show the skills and talents of the Filipino athletes. This is also the first step, for there will be Asian Games this coming September, and of course, the Olympics, Paris Olympics next year. Mr. President, not only we will go to Cambodia, not only to compete, but also to strengthen our friendship with our ASEAN brothers through sports. Maraming salamat po sa mga suportang binibigay nyo sa ating pong mga atleta through Philippine Sports Commission. Mabuhay po ang ating atletang tutungo sa Cambodia 32nd SEA Games. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you very much, Mayor Tolentino. At this juncture, we shall now witness the turnover of the Philippine flag to Team Philippines. We'd like to request the President to lead the turnover together with the Philippine Sports Commission Chairman, Richard Bachman, to the Philippine Olympic Committee President, Mayor Abraham Tolentino. Good luck, Team Philippines. Let's give Team Philippines a big round of applause. And we send them off with a huge prayer from the President and everybody here. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And now we'd like to invite Chairman Richard Bachman of the Philippine Sports Commission to introduce our guest of honor.
Isang magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Today, I have the honor of presenting before you a leader who needs no introduction, a true public servant who right from the start of his administration has set his eyes on continuing the steering revival of the golden era of Philippine sports. Looking back at one of the legacies set by his father, the late President Ferdinand Marcos Sr., who took changes and created Project Gintong Alay in 1979, a comprehensive national sports initiative that upgraded the standard of Filipino athletes representing the country in international competitions, which was ultimately focused on building a strong, healthy, and alert citizenry. Through this, we saw the emergence of some of the country's sports legends, such as sprinters Lydia De Vega and Isidro Del Prado, swimmers Eric Buhayan and Akiko Thompson, boxers Mansueto Onyok Velasco, brother Roel Velasco, and Elias Ricardo, and our very own bowling legend, Bong Ku, among others who champion over their counterparts in the world stage. It is apparent that he is no stranger in the field of play and takes to heart the transformational power of sports to unite and bring the nation together. With his guidance, the Philippine Sports Commission entered another chapter when he appointed me as chairman, together with Commissioner Bong Ku, Commissioner Fritz Gaston, Commissioner Edhard Haiko, and Commissioner Walter Torres, to provide the dedicated service to our national athletes and coaches and lead the country's grassroots sports initiative. As we send off our Team Philippines together to the upcoming 32nd Southeast Asian Games in Cambodia, I am positive to report that we have been in constant communication with our athletes, teams, officials, and national sports associations to ensure we meet their needs, resolve their issues, and show and provide sincere care for the Filipino athlete. The same is also true for all the members of the PSC board, our working group, medical teams, and all the others in the PSC who are solid in their support for the Philippine team. And with his leadership and all-out support from the national government, we are assured that sports will go further and higher. He is a dreamer, but best of all, he is a doer. Sa kanya pong gabay at suporta, patuloy na magiging bida ang bayaning manlalaro. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you today the President of the Republic of the Philippines, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.
Thank you very much to the Philippine Sports Commission Chairman, Chairman Richard Bachman, for your kind introduction. Also with us here is the head of the Philippine Olympic Committee, the President of Philippine Olympic Committee, President Abraham Tolentino. I see also over there is ang ating mga kongresista na mga sportsman din na siyang tumutulong sa ating mga atleta. Senator Bongo is here, and Congressman Richard is also here, both of whom have been avid supporters of our athletes. Now, most importantly, our beloved athletes who are now going to represent the Philippines, my fellow workers in government, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. It is with great pride and a good deal of pleasure that I welcome all our distinguished athletes, trainers, coaches, the rest of the Philippine delegation as you prepare to compete, to aim for the wins in the forthcoming 32nd Southeast Asian Games or the SEA Games. One of the greatest pleasures I have found being the leader is to be able to give honor and to recognize, hopefully to inspire, and to provide support to our athletes who are in fact our ambassadors in sport and play a very, very important part beyond just their participation in such important sporting events. I have found that I think that everybody here will agree that sport is one of the very few activities. Iilan lang talaga ang pwede nating sabihin na ating ginagawa na walang downside. The only downside to sport is sometimes you get injured. Yun lang. Everything else is good for you. It's good for your discipline. It's good for your health. It's good for your camaraderie. It's good for your to mature young people. And that is why it has to be kept as a very, very important part of our support to our society. And beyond that, Ang ating mga champion, ang ating mga nag-uuwi ng medalya at saka tropeo ay talaga namang nagdadala ng kasiyahan at naipagmamalaki ng buong madla na kami ay Pilipino. Yan mga yan, Pilipino yan, mga champion namin yan. At yan ang siguro ang pinakamahalaga na nagdadala kayo ng dangal sa Pilipinas. Tignan na lang ninyo, lahat ng mga champion natin that have gone out onto the international stage, that have made a name for themselves, and all they have done is bring glory to the Philippines. And many of our great athletes who have made their name in the international stage have brought with them the Philippines and the honor that they have gained by their sacrifice, by their perseverance, and finally by their success is also be given to the Philippines itself, and every single Filipino feels it. And that's why I would like at this point for those who have always been in the sporting arena and have managed to make a name for themselves and put the Philippines on the athletic map, I thank you all very much for the honor and the glory that you bring to our country. Ngayon papunta kayo at sa susunod na SEA Games, and we can see that everyone seems to be ready. I've been watching some of the reports about the different sports. At lahat naman tayo ay sumusubok na gawin, lalong-lalo na tayong palabas sa pandemya. Mahirap mag-ensayo pagka naka-lockdown. Pero pinagpilitan pa rin ng ating mga atleta, kaya naman hanggang ngayon ay nanalo pa. At ngayon, hindi naman yung mga iba ngayon na pupunta sa Cambodia ay hindi pa nag-champion, magiging champion pa lang. Kaya yun ang ating kayo ang nasa the hopes and the dreams and the aspirations of our countrymen for the Philippines ride with you. Alam naman ninyo, kahit na nandun kayo sa Phnom Penh, kahit nasa Cambodia kayo, ay maririnig nyo, basta makinig kayo na mabuti, maririnig nyo yung sigaw namin to encourage you. Kung pwede lang talaga, kayo na yung kakargahin namin para manalo kayo dun sa sport ninyo. Kaya ganun ang yan ninyo, you have 107 million nakakampi na walang ginawa kundi magdasal na maging successful sa inyo. Walang ginawa kundi isipin kung paano kayong panalunin, kung paano kayong tulungan, kung paano kayong palakasin. And that is the tradition that you have brought, that sportsmen have brought to the Philippines by making their name abroad. And again, it is for me an extreme pleasure and for me to see all of you. I know all of you athletes, not only the athletes, but the trainers, the coaches, lahat ng support na dinadala para magkaroon tayo ng mga champion na atleta, ay alam ko lahat kayo ay pinaghihirapan ninyo ang training ninyo, ang training ng mga atleta, ang pag-aalaga sa kanila. At siguro naman, ay mabibigyan naman tayo ng sukli, ng kaunting medalya at kaunting tropeo. At siguro baka malampasan natin ang ating mga naging record sa nakaraan. At yun naman talaga ang ating inaasahan. So once again, it is my great pleasure to be able to be with you. Just very quickly, pinilit ko makapunta rito dahil gusto ko makilala yung mga champion. Kagaya ng sinabi ni Mayor, sabi niya ako, naging sport. Lahat na sinubukan ko. Nag-football ako, nag-squash ako, nag-shooting ako, nag-archery pa ako, nag-fencing pa ako. Hindi ako nag-champion. Kaya gusto ko makilala yung champion. Kung ano ba yung pakiramdam na yan. But I think it is all to the good. And once again, if this administration, this government can do anything more to support our athletes, to support sports in our country, to support the Philippine Sports Commission, the Philippine Olympic Commission, who I understand are still squatting in the environs of the CCP. Kailangan natin siguro, mahirap naman, ang dami nating pinapagawa sa inyo na wala kayo man lang na sarili ninyong opisina. But anyway, that if there is anything more that this government can do, that this administration can do, that I personally can do, you please make sure you will tell me, because we are all rooting for you and we all want to do everything that we can do to make you as successful as you possibly can in your chosen events. So, good luck sa inyo. At huwag niyong kakalimutan, kapag talagang napagod na, nahirapan na, kahit na na-injure na ng konti, pakinggan niyo ulit yung sigaw, maririnig niyo. Kami yun, yung mga kapwa niyong Pinoy, sinisigaw. Go, 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 go. Maraming salamat. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Now we'd like to request the President to kindly grant a group photo opportunity or a groupie with our audience. So at this point, may we request the President and the stage party to proceed downstage. Now we'd like to request the athletes to please proceed to their respective areas a while ago during their rehearsal. Once again, dun sa sinabi nating designated areas, please make sure you're at a designated spot para makasama po kayo sa picture. Again, we need you to squeeze in. Yung binigay po natin mga parameters, hindi po kayo makikita dyan. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And that concludes our program for today. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. We'd like to request everyone to please remain seated until the President has left the hall. Once again, please clear the aisle. Thank you. Once again, we'd like to request everybody to please remain seated. Please remain seated. Thank you.